Hi everybody, my name is Olaoluwa. I live in Wicklow in Ireland. It's the garden of the country. The weather in Wicklow is usually rainy, but it doesn't rain as much in comparison to other areas. The scenery is absolutely therapeutic. There are quite a number of beaches for you to go walk in. It's a tightly knit community, so it has this very strong communal feel where you think you know everybody on your street, but trust me, you don't. Um, and there are quite a number of amazing um, walkways, paths that you can go just to soak in nature and its beauty. And for me, I think that's very, very important just for chaos management in the head. Before living in Wicklow, I used to live in Dublin. I studied at Technological University Dublin, studied technology and innovation management for my master's degree. It was a really humbling experience coming from, University of Lagos, electrical and electronics engineering, working in IT consulting, a lot in the public sector, moving into a new country with no family, a few friends, I must say, that were really helpful in my journey. Um, but being able to adapt to the new educational style of the country and the dynamics of the country in itself was really, really interesting. Um, I really enjoyed getting to understand the native sports in Ireland. So the native sports are Gaelic football, which is similar to football and rugby. So it's a cross between football and rugby. There's also hurling or camogie, as they call it for the women, which it's a game played with a hurley and a schlutter. Very interesting sport. Um, it's a very fast-paced sport, I should say. One of the quickest sports you could possibly watch or follow because they're hitting a ball slightly smaller than a baseball, I believe, and they try playing the sports by balancing on a stick, which is very, very interesting. Dublin in itself is the capital of the country and it's the heartbeat of the nation. Most things go through Dublin from activities to transportation. Most of the time, if you're commuting in Ireland, you would commute through Dublin. As you'd imagine, one of the international airports are in Dublin, and most of the flights you would take would go through Dublin. Transportation in Wicklow, in Dublin, can be better in comparison to mainland Europe or maybe the likes of London, that's London, England, and the United Kingdom, are still here with us on the island. There isn't a metro system. The buses all route through the city center. What else? There is a DART system, or the lowest, as we like to call it. Um, but it can be better. They have the necessary resources to boost the infrastructure of the country, so it can definitely be better. It's a very cold country. So summer like this, we usually get excited wearing a t-shirt. Um, it would average maybe 20, 22 degrees. So it's just perfect in comparison to our weather back in Nigeria. So this is the AC weather without the AC. But once, winter starts to come, or coming out of summer in another couple of weeks, it then becomes a bit cold and you need to start wrapping up. Not as cold as what our guys in North America face though. But yeah. I think what makes Ireland a beautiful country to live in is there's a lot of folk tale in Ireland. The scenery, the nature. If you're into lovely views, Ireland is the place to be. Um, the people are absolutely amazing. They are very, very nice, welcoming and loving people. Um, Once they see you as a positive contributor to the society, they would relay good energy to you. So they're very nice. Really, they're very similar to the average Nigerian, to be honest. And there's a lot of similarity in the way we speak. Like the Irish should say, "What's the crack?" or "What's the story?" And it's like how a typical Niger guy would ask, "Guy, how far? What's up? What's in this up?" If you are saying, that your guy, we can't do this thing. The Irish will say, your man, that your man. Similarity, not just in speech, but mannerisms, and also some social dynamics are relatively similar with the Irish. The food, well, it's very similar to British cuisine. Um, if I'm not mistaken, there is a native soup to Ireland, and I can't remember the name now. You have to forgive me. I put my hands up. But it's a soup that is made with potatoes, different kinds of sausages, with rashers. It's a nice broth. One of my Irish mates gave it to me when I moved to Ireland in 2019, I should have said. So I moved to Ireland in 2019. And yeah, the food is very similar to what you find in Britain. A lot of potato, mashed potatoes, fries, very heavy on steak, the meats. Um, but as you'd expect, a lot of the cuisine has been influenced by immigration as well. So there's a lot of Asian fusion in the meals, be it Chinese or Indian. So that's the kind of food that you get. Um, an interesting fact about Ireland is one of the most humid countries in Europe. And I also believe that's why Intel set up camp here to build their semiconductor powerhouse in Lexley Kildare. I believe it's their biggest plant in Europe, and they build all sorts of semiconductors in there just based off the humidity of the country. Um, Another interesting fact is quite a number of Game of Thrones scenes for the fans out there are shot in Ireland, just based on the scenery. I myself have done that tour. It's amazing. Another fact I believe should be um, either the Giant's Causeway or the Cliffs of Moher should also be part of the wonders of the world because it's an absolute beauty to look at. We change is one of the few things that are constants in life. Nothing is the same. Things would always change. So with your environment, you need to understand the environment. You need to study it, and after studying and understanding the environment, you can then, create your own reality.